Hello, I'm Tunita Bailey, Miss B the Money Lady, and today I'm going to be presenting from loan officer to AI capital strategist and consultant. This is my journey about how I rebuilt my entire business using AI and why I will never go back. Let's get started. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. First of all, I've been in the lending and the real estate industry for over 30 years, my entire career. And I was looking for a better way forward because I absolutely love this business. But I need to tell you a little bit about where I started. I started my journey in the mortgage business when mortgage lending was done by hand. Everything was paper files, it was manual underwriting, phone calls. You remember the dreaded fax machine. And who I fought for at that time was good people. I fought for people that were credit worthy. They were denied because they did not because they didn't qualify, but because the system was too slow, it was too manual, and it was biased. So what I built with Capital City, including Capital City Mortgage and now AI Capital Lending and Capital City Construction, was a better way to get capital into the hands of people who deserved it. And then AI showed up and it changed everything for me. In January of this year, I made a decision that changed the trajectory of my entire business. I attended the AI Business Summit and something shifted inside of me. I didn't just attend the sessions, but I showed up for every single one. I took notes, I asked questions, I stayed late. And when they announced a live 2 day training in Atlanta, I bought my ticket, got on a plane. I didn't know exactly where AI was going to take me, but I knew that I could not afford to miss it. Some moments in your career announce themselves quietly, but this one, it was definitely one of them. That single trip, along with the time that I have spent over the last 6 months in learning and building with the tools, became the catalyst for everything that followed. My rebrand of my company, my new book, my tools, the team that I have built, and the certification that you are witnessing today. Some investments are financial, but some are transformational. And going to Atlanta for me was both. Now, as I mentioned to you before, and I want to be clear about it, I'm not new to real estate. I'm not new in business. I've been in the mortgage and real estate business and investing in real estate for over 30 years. I know this industry. I've closed deals, I've built relationships, I've navigated markets, and I have helped thousands of people access capital. I'm not someone who needed to learn how to do business. What I needed and what we all need was to learn how to run a business we already know using the most powerful tools available today. So AI didn't teach me real estate. AI gave my 30 years of experience a superpower. It amplified everything that I had built, everything that I knew, and every relationship that I had cultivated over the last 3 decades in this industry. Yeah, I could have gone to work for someone else and, decide that I was going to use my tools and everything that I had learned to help other people. But after Atlanta, I really had a choice. I could do that. I could go work for other companies, and I could, go and make money doing, helping somebody else grow their company. But I decided that I would rebuild my own company. I saw an opportunity within my own business. And I figured if I could rebuild my own business, then I could better have a testimony to let other business owners know what the transformation would be or could be for their company because I rebuilt my own. And that was the best case study that I think that you can build is to build your own personal foundation first, and then you go out and you help other people to be able to stand on top of that foundation. So what I did is I transformed my whole company. I didn't just update the logo, I rebuilt the entire company from the ground up. Capital City Mortgage was rebranded as AI Capital, and it's a fully AI powered lending operation designed to serve underserved entrepreneurs and real estate investors faster, smarter, and at scale. Every system, every process, every touch point was rebuilt with AI. The name changed because the company changed. We are not the same business that we were before January. We are something that the industry has never seen before. Before Capital City Mortgage, we just did traditional lending operations and manual processes, and they were limited. But after AI and capital lending, now we are a fully automated, fully AI powered 24/7 operation, and we're built to scale without limits. We have the same mission, but the vision is bigger and it's all powered by AI. Welcome to AI Capital Lending. The future of lending is AI powered. We can be trusted, we're innovative, we're AI driven, and we produce results. Now, I didn't just learn about AI, I built with it. And here's exactly what I built. I was able to rebuild my employee dashboards. I built 14 agents, sales agents. I built a sales team that handles all of my copywriting, video, email, social media, course creation. I built dashboards, real-time business intelligence and pipeline tracking, all powered by AI. I built AI command centers, centralized systems that manage the leads, the outreach, the follow-up, and the bar communication automatically. And also, I published a new book. It's called AI Capital: How to Get Approved and Build Your Real Estate Empire Faster Using AI. And it is the first of its kind. Now, all of the tools are live. They're borrower-facing applications that are used with real clients today. These are not prototype and they're not demos. I didn't hire a team to do this. No, I did not. And I could have. I could have hired a team, but I wanted to use what I had learned so that the AI team can work while I sleep. I wanted to make sure that I understood how to execute the systems that I was building. The first system, or the first consultants that I built, my AI consultants, I'm just going to demonstrate to you exactly what they look like. And then at the end, I will show you exactly how I went about building my tools. First of all, I want to introduce you to my team. I have all employees, all AI employees and consultants. Meet my team. And what I want you to do at this point is I'm going to click the button and it's going to take us to the team where you can actually talk to anyone on the team where you have a question. Now, before I take us to talking to the team, I want to tell you that I use three primary tools in order to build my AI employee and consultants. I use ChatGPT, I use HeyGen, I use Lovable. So let's take a look at it. This is actually the AI Capital Consulting Services. You see here, there's a video here that I created using HeyGen. And by the way, this was I learned how to make a caricature while I was in Atlanta, came back, created several character videos using HeyGen. So any one of my AI capital consultants, they can answer any question. You basically have to put your name and email and phone number and select what service. You can submit a ticket in here. So I'm just going to go in and quickly put that in, submit a ticket. Then someone will call you back, or what you can do is you can go ahead and schedule an appointment right now on the calendar. So I've been able to link my tools into the system so that it automatically tells the customer what they can do next, even without talking to anybody. So that's an example of what the AI employees and consultant services can do. The next thing I would like to share with you is the AI dashboards and command centers. One of the things that I realized once I got all of my tools built is that I needed somebody to execute, right? Because I found myself building over 14 different tools and systems, but I wasn't executing. So I realized that I needed to take myself out of the build mode, and actually I needed to have somebody else actually executing. So I ended up creating a dashboard and a command center that basically my VAs, that I could plug VAs into, and they could actually execute the work. So what I'm going to show you now is just a quick look at my AI capital lending marketing dashboard. So whenever I would bring on a new VA, I would create, they would have access to this dashboard that looks similar to this, okay? And when they log into the dashboard, it basically gives them a 30-day roadmap as to what we are trying to accomplish. It tells them what they need to do on a daily basis. It gives them information about all of our different products that we have. So it's all in one place. It's all specific to the person that's going to be handling the AI capital lending marketing. I built in all of the social media, told her exactly what needs to be done on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. So there's no excuse, told her exactly what needs to be done in here. Also, I have all of my books and podcasts, everything included in the system so that she knows exactly what to do. And then the last thing that I did is I added an AI content studio. So no longer does she have to try to figure out exactly how to create some information for me. So I built all of this in to the system. I built an image studio where she could literally, if she's looking for a quote for Instagram, the system you can click on it, put the quote in there. I got some presets in there already where she can click on it, and then voila, it's going to create a image for her to post for Instagram. Take a look at it. There you go. Capital is the bridge between vision and victory. That was all created by AI, an AI tool that I built inside of Lovable for my person VA to basically be able to post things and create fresh new content. Okay, so that's just a look at the AI image studio and how I was able to build that in for my VA. And then the other thing that I wanted to do is I needed to create an operating system because every business needs to know where they are at a certain period of time. So I created an operating system for AI Capital. And again, it just includes all of the different things that people need to know. And they need to know exactly what the plan is. What are we trying to accomplish? It has a VA agreement inside of here where it makes them sign an agreement that anything that's created on behalf of AI Capital Lending belongs to AI Capital Lending. So I just put a lot of things in here that I knew as a business you want to have incorporated because it just sets clear guidelines and clear standards. So it works beautifully, it works wonderfully well. Now, I want to take you to the next thing. I mentioned to you earlier that one of the things that I did on my journey over the last 6 months is that I wrote a book. I actually wrote a new book, and it's called AI Capital. How to use AI to get approved and access capital to build real estate empires faster. Now, the tools that I used for this book was basically Claude AI. I took an idea, and I'll show you in just a few moments exactly how I did it. But I took an idea that I had, I put it in Chat GPT first, and let it kind of give me some concepts. And then I took it over to Claude AI and asked it to help me make it into a bestseller. And basically, it changed it up, changed the name of it. And then I was able to actually complete that book. And so this system actually is a full circle for me because when I look for a book and I combine the AI and the real estate and the capital access for underserved entrepreneurs, I couldn't find it. So when I wrote it, the AI Capital, how to get approved and build real estate faster, it was a game changer. It was the first of its kind. It had everything in it that needed to be in there. It wasn't based on theory. Every chapter, every strategy, every framework in this book comes from something that I built, I tested, I deployed inside of my own company. So it's a very powerful book. If you'd like to get a copy of it, there's a link here for you to be able to get a copy of that book. Now, the last thing that I did is that I made a transition personally. I went from not being, I've just decided I wasn't going to be a loan officer anymore. I think my role is bigger than that now. And so I am a AI capital strategist and consultant. And so when I what I can walk into based off of the information that I've had and this journey is that any lending company, any real estate firm, any CDFI, any community bank, I can show them exactly how to use AI to serve more borrowers, close more deals, and scale impact immediately. Now, what changed for me is that I didn't shrink my expertise, I multiplied it. I took 30 years of domain knowledge and it became the foundation and AI became the engine that runs it at scale. And I never imagined that it was possible. Now, let me tell you what this means for you. I stopped being a loan officer. I became a person who teaches loan officers, executives, founders what's coming and how to be ready for it when it arrives. The last thing that I did in my process, in my transforming my business, is I used all of my systems and turned them into AI powered capital qualifications, where borrowers can actually master and find the right funding in seconds. So these are just two of the tools that we have redesigned and redeveloped. The first one is the HELOC HANA. And this is designed as an intelligent home equity analysis system. It basically tells the client if they are approved or not, tells them if they have equity in the property, and you can do that instantly. The second product that I have featured is what's called Digital Danny, and I created this for investors, real estate investors that want to invest in real estate, but they need to know the numbers up front. So what I want to do now is just kind of click on the button here. I want to show you kind of a little bit about how this tool works. And again, I built this tool with chat using Chat GPT and Lovable, and I just combined what I knew, put it together, and it created it. So this tool basically can pre-qualify someone, they can sign and submit, and they can get funded. Okay, so it's a very quick and easy process. Again, all of it built using AI. The second product that I wanted to talk about is how I built the system. Everything in this presentation that I've told you so far is real. The tools are all live, the systems are all running, the book is published, it's actually on Amazon right now. The AI tools that I built that are transforming how borrowers access capital and how a lending business can operate at levels most companies have never even imagined. So, what we're going to do at this point is I'm going to show you exactly how I built these tools. The first thing you do is you have to have an idea, right? You have to give AI an idea. Then you allow it to do a little bit of research. And if you've already been kind of feeding your AI chatbot, it'll kind of know a little bit about you and your background. Then you build an AI model and you allow it to write the code, and it will and you train it to write the code. And then you test and validate, you fix any bugs, and then you launch the tools and you monitor the usage of it. If it's not working, you can easily go in and change it. So again, step one is to create a concept or idea, and you give it to the chat and you ask it to create that idea based on what it knows about you. Okay. Then the second step is to ask chat to give it a juicy name. That's one thing that I always did in my request when I'm building a new tool. I want the system to give me something that nobody else has, okay, but yet still be on brand. Also, you want to ask it to create a prompt for me that I can use in Lovable so that I can actually build the app that I'm trying to create. Once it gives me the prompt, I submit it to Lovable and I watch it create my app, and I will include my payment links, and I'll turn it either into an operating system or a dashboard, depends on what I'm building. And then, of course, in Lovable, you have to tweak it and test it and make sure that it's operating properly. So those are the steps that you go by when you're trying to create a tool and use it for the benefit of either your business or someone else. Now, let's get started, and we're going to actually build a tool today, and I'm going to show you exactly how I go from idea and concept into an actual tool. Again, you have to have a prompt, and I've actually already written out the prompt here. We're going to build an app for my past closed customers. And this app is designed to follow up with clients after they have closed on a loan. The app should send an immediate personalized thank you note to the client, give it a juicy name based on what you know about me. Again, you always have to give it that so it'll know that you want it to be based on who you are. I want the app to be similar to a membership club, closed clients. I want the clients to continue to feel connected to me. And after they have closed their property, and then we built a relationship, and I want to expand on that relationship. I want this app to create a referral system so that when the clients refer others to my services, they receive some sort of bonus points. I want it to be a network. Give me some other ideas that will make this an irresistible system. And then once I finish loading the chat, then I will post, then I ask it to build me a prompt for Lovable, and then I watch the build. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to actually take this prompt, and actually you're going to watch as I build this tool. Okay. So I simply take the prompt that I've already kind of written out, and you don't have to have it perfectly. If you've been working inside of chat, then it already kind of knows what you like, what you do. So basically, I post my prompt in here or idea. I could also speak it. I could dictate what I'm thinking in my mind, what I'm looking for, and then I hit the button. Now, here is this is what I love about chat. It'll also give you some feedback. Okay, this one is, it says, this is one of the strongest ideas you have had because your database of closed clients is your most valuable asset. Most loan officers close the loan and disappear. You can become their AI wealth advisor for life. And that's what I want to be. So it gives me a name. AI Legacy Circle. There's a tagline where home ownership becomes wealth building. This isn't just another mortgage app, it becomes the client's financial home after closing. So it also gives me different names. So I can choose any of these names that I want. Basically, what I'm going to do for the purpose of this presentation is that I'm just going to go with, I don't like the legacy circle. I think I want to say that this is going to be um, a wealth builder network or the Capital Club. No, I think I like the Capital Club. The Capital Club. That's what I think I want to go with. So basically, once I choose the name of it, it also gives me a video. It gives me a thank you letter. It tells me what to put in my digital box. So basically, I just go down and tell it what name that I have chosen to go with this. So I just go straight to the bottom. Again, it gives me everything that I need. And look, it already has given me the prompt. Okay. And I'm just going to go with I'm going to show you how I can change it. Okay, so I copy the prompt. And if you notice that I put in, give me the prompt for Lovable, because that's what I wanted to be able to do. So I copy the prompt. It's already ready to go. I go over to Lovable and I allow it to come up in my Lovable dashboard. And I simply will paste in the prompt. Okay, again, it's already ready to go. I paste it in and voila, it's going to actually create the system for me. So I would say within 5 minutes or so, 5, 7 minutes total, I have built I put in the chat what I was looking for. I've given it an idea. And then from that idea, I ask it to give me a prompt so that I could put it into Lovable. Once I put it into Lovable, the system is going to go in and build me a system. Now, then what I love about Lovable too is it will ask me questions. What is it that I want to do? Okay. I want it to go ahead and build me a marketing and a membership shell. Okay, I could either ask it to build me a full member experience that's a mock-up. You know what? And then sometimes it'll say I can build well, let me go back. I want to go back. I want to go ahead and build a membership dashboard. I want it to be invitation only because I want it to be for people that I already have. And I want it to show me, and it'll give me all the stubs that I need. So basically, it will give me the whole system that it's going to build for me. Okay. So now I just hit the submit button and then I simply watch and I wait for it to build. Now, as I mentioned to you before, it already has my information because I've already trained it. It's got my background. It knows the color scheme that I already work from. And so it builds all of that into the system. So in just a few minutes, we will have a live app called an AI Legacy Circle, which I'm going to go in and change that name. I should have done it before, but I'm going to go in and change that name. And that's an easy fix. That's one of the things that I like about Lovable is that I can change anything that I want to change and I can make it immediate. And if I don't like it, I can change it. So that's one of the things that I love about Lovable. Now, what I'm going to do is while we're waiting on this to be built, what I will show you is in Claude. When I was writing my book, again, I would take my concept, my idea, and then I would put it in Claude and tell it to make it a best-selling book. And so what I did, I'm just going to show you and you can also go in and search any of your chats and things that you have already been working on. So I'll just show you a little bit of some of the platforms that I've put in here. This is my AI Capital Investor Portal. Um, so Claude actually will build a lot of things, for me. This is one that was built. It's Capital Access Redefined, powered by artificial intelligence, built for real estate. This is something that Claude has built. Again, very powerful tools. The system will build whatever it is you want. All you have to have is an idea of what it is that you want. And I actually took this particular one, I put it in Lovable, and I turned it into an app. Okay. So this is just, one of the things that I can share with you that was done. Now, let's go back over and quickly check to see if our hub has been completed. It's still working on that. It should be finished in just a moment. But I actually kind of like this site here, Capital Access Redefined. Um, this is our website. Now, while I'm waiting on that one, I will go over and show you a completed site for AI capital lending. Okay. The AI capital lending was, again, I did it the exact same way. I went in, kind of told the system what I was looking for, what I wanted to accomplish, and then I allowed the system to come back and create. So this particular page is our AI capital lending website. It has all of our products. Now, when it first designed the products, it didn't have any pictures on it. And so I went in and I said, okay, give me a picture for every one of my products that I'm selling. So as you can see, it went in and built the actual pictures for each one of the products. And as you can see, we have all types of products that we do for people that are looking to access capital for real estate. All right, so let's see if our tool has been built. So we'll give that just a few more minutes. Sometimes it takes about 5 or 7 minutes or so to actually build a site. But as you've been able to see, it's really quite simple to build a tool if you first have an idea, you have some sort of background in what you are building, and it will actually come up perfectly. Also, another thing that I've been able to create is a lot of my logos. Anytime in chat that I wanted to come up with a different type of logo, or I wanted to name one of my products or my services, I could easily go to chat images and I would use my picture and just put it in and tell it to come up with, whatever I needed. And it's actually pretty good in doing that. So this is just some of the pictures. I had one of my pictures. I asked it to give me different clothes that I can actually wear in different styles. And so it did. So I love using Chat GPT. I love using Lovable. I love using Claude. Now there's a whole list of tools that's available out there that you can actually use. But I just decided to hone in on the things that I needed for my business specifically. And once I was able to do that, now I'm able to scale and work my business. So still kind of waiting on this shell to come up. I really want to show you the end result of what we have built in this process. So it looks like it is trying to render right now. I'm going to go back to our presentation just to make sure that I have covered everything that you need to know about creating a app or tool, or how I actually created and rebuilt my entire company. Oh, before I do that, I do want to share one other thing with you. So in some of my tools that I did, I went in again, once I had the tool built in Lovable, I then told it to create me some AI tools. Okay. So it did. It went in and gave me some tools. Now I have a pre-qualifier tool. Any of my clients that want to know if they qualify, and I actually did this for one of my realtors, and she was calling me, well, how much does this person qualify if they make $10,000 a month? And so I said, well, you know what? let me send you something that you can put the information in, or the customer can put the information in, and then it'll automatically tell you which loan you qualify for and what is the next step. Okay, so literally she did that, put the information in, and now the system will actually tell her. I'm going to go back so you can see it gives results instantly. So the client has got an AI pre-qualification, told them what they qualify for, what the loan amount would be, down payment, told them which type of loan is good for them. So again, game changer using AI and using these tools. All right, voila. So now what we have is we have built a AI legacy circle, which again, I'm going to change the name of that and make that something different. But basically, this is how it looks. So when you create a tool or when you create an app in Lovable, it tells you, creates it, kind of tells you exactly what it did. It gave all the little details. Now, of course, anything that I want to change in here, I actually will go in and start changing the system, okay, to whatever I want it to be. Again, once you start with your idea, then you can create it and you can make it actually come alive. So today, what we have done in this presentation is that we have built an AI tool for our past clients, and using ChatGPT, I've shown you what it looks like with Lovable, the images for chat as well as Claude. So I think we have closed the gap. We have closed the gap. So come be a part of it. If you want more information about my services, then I have put my QR code into this presentation, and you can easily click on it and it will give you access to me. Again, thank you again for joining me today, and I look forward to working with you and helping you close the capital gap.